Bonjour, je m'appelle Beth, and this is Red Art, a show where I pick someone out of pop culture who I think is magnifique. Tell you why I think they're magnifique, and then I draw them, and I try different technique every single time. Is the accent good? Are we enjoying this? The reason why I am doing a French accent. I was playing around on my Twitch channel, and I had someone suggest that I play this game called Passportout. Passportout. And it's a game where you're an artist in France, and you're just trying to make things work, and I thought, oh, what a good idea for a Red Art, and Van Gogh came to my mind. So that's who we're doing this week. We're gonna draw Van Gogh. Van Gogh! Here is the masterpiece that I created. Now stick around and see how it was made.
Let's talk about Vincent van Gogh, one of the greatest Dutch painters to ever live and also one of the most tragic artists in history. Born in 1853, exactly 1 year after his stillborn brother, also named Vincent, Van Gogh grew up staring at a gravestone with his own name on it. His father was a devout minister and his mother a moody artist. Those two spheres of thought would forever battle within his own mind as he grew up a melancholy child. At 15, because of financial struggles, Van Gogh was forced to leave school and go to work to help support his parents and 5 younger siblings. He began to work at an art dealership owned by his uncle and later transferred to the Gruppel Gallery in London, where he truly fell in love with fine art. Coincidentally, he also fell in love with his landlord's daughter, but after she rejected his marriage proposal, he fell apart, threw away all of his books except for the Bible, and devoted his life and art to God. His love life was never a happy one. He wanted to fix broken women and chose to be with alcoholics, prostitutes, and even his cousin. At the end of his life, he was left alone and depressed. On the topic of depression, Van Gogh was a man who battled his brain on a daily basis. We do not know for sure what afflicted him, and theories range from bipolar disorder, temporal lobe epilepsy, syphilis, and even schizophrenia. He definitely suffered from frequent psychotic episodes and would periodically check himself into mental hospitals. On top of this, as an oil painter, it's likely that he was accidentally poisoning himself with lead, but no one single thing can explain what happened to Van Gogh. It's just evident that the help he needed was not available to him. Now, I grew up under the impression that Van Gogh had cut off his ear to mail to a lover, but that's an incredible oversimplification of the event. There's much debate and mystery surrounding the motivation for his self-mutilation in 1888, but historians theorize that Van Gogh cut off his left earlobe in response to the news that his beloved younger brother and sole financial supporter Theo Van Gogh had written to him to announce his engagement. Van Gogh also had a fight with fellow flatmate and artist Gauguin, which likely added to the stress. Ultimately, he did put the earlobe in an envelope and give it to a prostitute, so my child brain wasn't entirely wrong, but boy, there was a lot going on behind closed doors. During his lifetime, Van Gogh experienced little success. His career lasted only 10 years, and most of it was financed by Theo. At age 37, Van Gogh took a revolver with his palette and canvas out to a wheat field and shot himself in the chest. The suicide attempt was unsuccessful, however, and he walked back to the Auberge Revaux, where a surgeon told him that it would be impossible to remove the bullet. He stayed at the hospital, and Theo rushed to his side, finding Van Gogh in good spirits, sitting up in bed and smoking his pipe. Hours later, though, he would pass away from the infection and was buried in the municipal cemetery of Ouvert-sur-Voie. Theo Van Gogh, sick and unable to cope with the loss of his older brother, passed away a year later and was laid to rest next to him, even at his side after death, showing his support and love. According to Theo, Vincent's final words were, "The sadness will last forever." However, as we saw in one of the best Doctor Who episodes out there, Van Gogh's artistic brilliance has transcended his tragic life and changed the landscape of fine art forever. He was a revolutionary in the Impressionistic movement, and in his short lifetime completed more than 2,100 works, 860 of them oil paintings, and more than 1,300 watercolors, drawings, and sketches. Over a century after his death, his paintings have become some of the most recognizable in art history. Irises and Portrait of Dr. Gachet are two paintings that rank among the most expensive in the world, and he's featured in museums around the globe. As the art historian in Doctor Who put it, he transformed the pain of his tormented life into ecstatic beauty. Pain is easy to portray, but to use your passion and pain to portray the ecstasy and joy and magnificence of our world, no one had ever done it before. Perhaps no one will ever again. To my mind, that strange, wild man who roamed the fields of Provence was not only the world's greatest artist, but also one of the greatest men who ever lived.
Subscribe to Snarled if you have not already. It has sassy women. I know you like sassy women. My name is Beth. You can find the links to my things in the description below. And also down below, leave me a comment with who you want me to draw for the next radar. And make sure that it is magnifique.